Episode 432.
Why isn't Du Ming fighting back?
The players on Samsara team who were close to Du Ming were starting to get restless, feeling genuinely anxious for him.
It's good to be cautious.
Another person said.
There's no way to counter it.
Then, from the very edge of their seating area, Zhou Zikai spoke up, his voice cutting through the air.
What is it?
All eyes turned to Zhou Zikai, but he merely tilted his head up slightly, his gaze fixed intently on the multi-angle footage playing across the electronic screens. A few moments later, Zhou Zikai said,
No chance.
No chance.
The players who hadn't spotted the trick were all stunned. Could it be that Du Ming wasn't just unwilling to counterattack, but that he actually couldn't?
Someone exclaimed, then immediately turned their gaze back to the match, their heart beginning to clench with worry for Du Ming. There was no opening. Du Ming was being completely suppressed. And this situation has lasted so long. That means, if his opponent doesn't make a mistake, Du Ming will continue to find no opening for a counterattack. And what about Du Ming, in the middle of the arena right now? His palms, forehead, and even his back were soaked with cold sweat. At first, he dodged and observed, hoping to find his opponent's patterns and weaknesses. Yet, after a few minutes passed, he realized he had no choice but to keep dodging, to keep observing. At this moment, Du Ming could only dodge. Against every single one of his opponent's attacks, his mind was completely blank. He couldn't conceive of a single other way to respond. He'd created this situation on purpose, but now he couldn't find a way out of it. The opponent's attacks were unending. A constant barrage of low-tier skills mixed with ordinary strikes, all relentlessly aimed at Du Ming. Magical sigils flew in at random intervals. Du Ming searched desperately for a way to break the deadlock, but there was none, absolutely none. Or perhaps it was just that his own abilities weren't up to the task. In Du Ming's view, continuing to dodge was simply the best way to handle the situation before him. But dodging wasn't something he could do perfectly. He was always getting clipped by stray attacks. A trail of blood splatters marked his path of evasion, a grim and unsettling sight. I can't keep going like this. I have to try something drastic. Du Ming made a snap decision. He would try some methods he wasn't too confident in. Ones he didn't think much of. His mind made up. Du Ming struck immediately, unleashing a double stab. 2 flashes of cold light shot from his blade.
Oh man, what an idiot. That's not gonna work.
From the pro player seats, Huang Shaotian let out a sigh as he saw Du Ming seize the moment to unleash a double stab. Then, the opposing battle mage unleashed a Dragon Tooth, a level 5 skill, just like the double stab.
Not to mention his opponent's skill level is higher, but even if they were the same tier, Double Stab's priority isn't as strong as Dragon Tooth. Using Double Stab now, that's just asking to die.
And just as Huang Shaotian was rambling on, it happened exactly as he'd said. The 2 flashes of cold light from Du Ming's Blade Master vanished in an instant. The battle mage's spear thrust forward, piercing Du Ming's defenses. It withdrew, trailing a spray of crimson. The brief stun effect was not wasted. A flurry of attacks came flying in once more. Du Ming's Blade Master was sent flying into the air, then pummeled by a relentless barrage of attacks he couldn't even trace. But this time, the opponent switched things up again, finishing the combo with a falling flower palm. Du Ming's Blade Master was blasted away. He frantically tried to right himself in mid-air, only for his body to shudder violently as he slammed into a wall behind him. Then he rebounded forward once more. Du Ming was startled. He saw the battle mage standing before him shift into a side stance, spear held in both hands. The cold gleam at its tip seemed to be growing brighter, more dazzling.
Oh no!
That's the battle mage's 65th level skill, Dragon Breaks the Ranks. For the first time, a skill above level 40 had been unleashed from this battle mage's hands. And now, finally, one had emerged, a level 65 ultimate, Dragon Breaks the Ranks. In terms of pure physical attack, this skill is unquestionably the battle mage's strongest move. The level 70 ultimate, Rising Dragon Soars the Sky, is a skill that combines magical force, merging both physical and magical attacks. Its total damage output can surpass that of Dragon Breaks the Ranks. But if we're talking purely physical damage, it's not even close. Seeing the spear tip's cold gleam flash brighter and brighter, Du Ming knew the attack was already in motion. He wanted to dodge, but having just slammed into the wall, his body had entered a brief stun state. He couldn't make a single move. The strength of the stun effect after a collision depends entirely on the force of the blow that caused it. The collision stun created by the falling flower palm's powerful knockback effect was truly formidable. Du Ming's mind was in a panic. He kept frantically inputting commands, praying he could move the instant the stun wore off. Then, the tip of the spear flared with a sudden, brilliant flash of cold light. The battle mage was already a blur of motion, charging in on a slant and slamming hard into the Blade Master's stunned body. The attack effect of Dragon Breaks the Ranks depends entirely on where you land the hit. Yishu's attack struck the Blade Master's lower half, right in midair. The immense force of the impact not only dealt damage, but also sent the Blade Master spinning like a top, hurtling skyward. Just how fast was he spinning? Du Ming's first-person view on the electronic screen gave the most direct demonstration. The 360-degree high-speed rotation had completely blurred the image into an indistinguishable smear. Not even a pro player could make sense of it. At this point, you had to rely on instinct, on reflex, on experience. That's exactly what Du Ming did. His spinning form flashed with 2 streaks of sword light in midair, pure instinct at this point. But right now, the guy just looked like he was putting on a circus act. Yet, every eye in the arena was now fixed on the challenger's battle mage. The battle mage held his spear, right hand gripping the base and pulling it behind his back, left hand poised forward as a guide, its tip angled toward the sky. Another ultimate move. This was the battle mage's level 55 skill. Raging Dragon pierces the heart.